Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hydrogen Fuel Cells and Batteries Group Exhibit 2018. You're here with me today at the Technical Forum. I'd like to invite all of you who are listening to please grab a seat, enjoy a coffee, juice, or water while we listen to our next presentation. I'd also like to say a quick hello to all of our online viewers and to remind anyone who's watching that they are welcome to view the videos after the fact. They'll be available on YouTube. You just head to the hydrogenfuelcellsfair.com website and you'll be able to pick up any presentations that you may have missed or double check anything that you may want to see. This afternoon, we have our next topic as methanol application in China. And here today, we have the General Manager of Palcan Energy Corporation, Mr. Wolfgang Chen.
So, good afternoon, friends here, and good afternoon, online viewer. So, it's my third time here in Hanover to introduce methanol, hydrogen, and fuel cell. So my presentation begins always with a funny picture. So you could see this is China. Everybody knows China pollution with dirty air. But you could see within 2 days it changed in China. In 2 days it changed because of strong wind. And in 4 years, what happened? In 4 years, you could see very clearly their particles, the pollution are going down. And the sunny days, beautiful days, for daily beautiful days is more, but for pollution days, it's dropping. It's very significantly. What happened? In Peking, it's a lot of traffic. It's a lot. In the past, it's a lot of plant. But now the traffic, we analyzed the traffic contribute the pollution. So how to reduce the pollution, how to resolve the problem, is clear. We had a lot of new energy car. New energy car means less diesel, less gasoline, more electrical, and in the future, more fuel cell. So you could see the amount of electrical vehicle is last year 777,000 pieces. It's more than USA. So in China, now there is most new energy cars. But the target for the government is even more. You could see 2020, there will be in 1 year 2 million electrical cars built. This is double the target of Germany 2020. And this is even exciting. In 2030, there should be 1 million fuel cell cars. So you could see a lot of cars, but there is not enough charge station. You could see the construction and the charge station and the battery recycling makes a long-term trouble or a potential trouble. So what's the result? What's the direction? It's very clearly, it's hydrogen fuel cell. So this is the logic. Everybody here making fuel cell will be very confident that a fuel cell will come in China. Actually, it's coming, but don't worry, it will not booming. It will be even better. So for fuel cell, we could see there's a lot of fuel cell vehicles. It's not so beautiful like here displayed, but it's run in the street. You could see the bus with special design. You could see bus with a hydrogen tank above. You could see truck. You could see short bus. There's another bus, So personal car from SIAC. It's also 700 bar tank. It's also a fuel cell car. And this is a Sprinter size. This 6 meter. It's also a fuel cell. So you could see in China, there's already different vehicles, and it will be more and more. So how about the fueling station? So everybody knows that the fueling station takes time. Fuel station need a safety check, need regulations. But in China, there was fueling station, and will come in more and more. So you could see about 31 fueling stations are in construction. So here, the industry will be excited with Chinese fuel cell requirement and fuel cell development. But for fuel cell, it's not so difficult, so easy, because for fuel cell, we still need a lot of elements, starting with catalyst, with GDL, with pump, with membrane, with everything. It was only research. There is no companies in China who long time working on the project, on the product. So now is the chance for everybody who had spent a long time, spent a lot of money for the fuel cell. So almost everybody could find the chance in China. China need the technology, need the material, need the product. So this is the chance. So the Ministry of Societies and Technology in China has then 4 big projects. 4 big projects, they are based on 2 lines. One is pure fuel cell. Later you will see another one is hybrid as extender. So you could see the target. For FC bus, the power is only 80 kilowatt. And you could see here, the requirement is only 30 minutes at the maximum speed. And all other things you can see here, 8 kilogram, it's not so difficult to reach. If you have the technology, if you have the experience, go to China. You will find your market. Here is the FC car. Again, only 80 kilowatt. So remember, 3 years ago, when I talking here about the fuel cell, I tell the person, please prepare some fuel cell stack, 30 kilowatt is enough. So then, 1 year later, comes the regulation, 30 kilowatt. So now, pay attention. Next inquiry, which make you crazy, is 80 kilowatt. Because this is for the pure fuel cell. Then here, you could see range extender. Range extender is then only 30 kilowatt. So now it's crazy inquiry, 30 kilowatt in China for air blower, for humidifier, for the stacks, for everything. So FC hybrid car, range extender, and be careful here, minus 30 degree. So the Chinese is now crazy with minus 30. So if somebody has this strength in the low temperature, there will be good chance. So this is another 50. So 30, 50, 80. This is for the Chinese fuel cell. This is a city in Shanghai. They are always in front of other cities. So Shanghai has a concrete plan last year published. There is now English translation for the Shanghai city. So you could see 5-year plan. Every 5 years, there will be new requirement, higher requirement. So I would like to say fuel cell in China has a lot of opportunity. Not only the market, but also the investment. The total funds which are announced for investment in fuel cell is more than 130 billion Chinese yuan, is around 20 billion US dollar. So it's good chance for people to go to China to have fuel cell business. So generally, from hybrid, pure electrical, fuel cell XL, and then it's the hybrid. We make methanol. because methanol in China also have a good chance. You could see methanol is a liquid. They could be directly burned, 100%, or mixture with gasoline. If they make a DME, then mixture with diesel. Still, we could use the performance of this electrical chemical performance. We could make DMFC for small size fuel cell, and we could also make reforming together with fuel cell. Then, what happened with this green? You could see here the backgrounds for Chinese production capacity. This is Chinese capacity, Saudi Arabian, Iran, Russia. You could see this number is 71 million ton capacity. Only 2/3 of the capacity is used. So there is still potential in China to produce ever more methanol. And only 20% from this 60% is used for fuel. There are some application for olefins and for chemical, but for fuel is big potential. To make it clear, I make a compare. This is a German consume for diesel and for gasoline. You could see the total German consumption for diesel. We take the factor 2.3 because to replace the diesel, 1 liter diesel is about 2.3 liter methanol. 1 liter of gasoline is around 1.7 liter of methanol. So you could see this is 70 million, and here we have 71 billion ton, which means if you take the capacity of Chinese methanol, you could use this capacity for whole Germany to replace the diesel. So that's the reason why China, why here, this 1/3 capacity. They need a technology, they need a product to help the country to be green. So this is the fueling station. You could see this is the transport vehicle to deliver methanol. This is the taxis with methanol. This is the fueling. Even more, this is amazing. Here, a bottle, like a water bottle, is delivered for drink, for hot pot, for cooking. Use this methanol is cheaper than natural gas. It's easier. You could also use methanol for your heating at home. So in China, methanol is everywhere, and the price is attractive. It's cheap. So people have motivation. There is already infrastructure. There is already channels to get methanol. And with methanol, how to combine with PEM, with the hydrogen, with the fuel cell, which we understood. This is a different way with PSA to purify, with palladium to purify this to 100% or 99.99 hydrogen, or you do nothing. And in the middle, you have water gas shift and prox, you have Celox, you have methylation. This is CO2 inside. Here is pure hydrogen or CO inside without any pre-purification. So there's many different ways to combine methanol and fuel cell. And again, there is a lot of things from the stack. You need a membrane, catalyst, Babler plate, sealing, supply, everything. Important is, here is China for application. And here, you are technical partners. You could help us to realize it in the application. So, good chance. What we had done, we are focusing is small bus, delivery truck, telecom, and stationary generator. So this is the big market. And to summarize my presentation, I would like to go to China is easy. We are here. Palcan is here since 4 years to help you, firstly, to analyze your product, your technology. And then we will help you to make the product be demonstrated. And next step, we help you to find investment. We help you to manufacture. So this is the service. This is what Palcan is doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chen. Are there any questions from our audience at this time? All right, give it some thought. I noticed you mentioned that China's expecting 2 million electric vehicles by the year 2020. So at this point, that's only 2 years away. Do you think that's a realistic goal, or is that a little bit ambitious?
We make a small mathematic. 2 years ago is 50,000. This year, last year is about 777. So we make mathematic. We add it each year 50% or 70% increasing. It's easy to get 2 million.
It's easy. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll meet back here in 2020, see how it's going. Are there any questions? All right. If you think of anything else, I'm sure you can find Mr. Chen at booth E65/1. And are you around for the rest of the fair?
I will be leaving tomorrow, this night, because my partner will release a new book to explain the timing is coming, methanol for a fuel for green earth is coming. This will be on Saturday afternoon, so I need time to fly back.
All right, so if you have any of those questions, head on by the booth today to make sure you catch him. So with that, thank you all so much for your attention, and thank you for your presentation.
Thank you. Thanks. So, hello.
I'd like to invite you to remain where you are, have a coffee or a juice. Our next presentation will be here in maybe just 2 minutes. We'll have Mr. Axel Seifert, who will be talking for plastic omnium high-pressure gas storage systems. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.